Regarding leadership, how much does the identity and influence of the project sponsor impact the outcome of an implementation?
It can have quite a significant impact, almost bordering on a huge impact. It can make or break an implementation. We have a client who had a COO, now retired,
Yeah.
and he was able to always ask the right questions that would put people into solution mode, right? He would say, "Oh, have you thought about this? And what about this? And can we do something different over here? And let's sit at the table and and start brainstorming about how we can do things differently," right?
Yeah.
Whereas I've also seen project sponsors that the first thing they do is start to figure out who's at fault.
Mm.
But often it's not as simple as who's to blame because it's dynamics between people and that project sponsor that really knows what they're doing, they can really make or break a project. They can be the difference between a project that runs smoothly where people are speaking with each other and communicating, collaborating versus one where they're doing trench wars and just fighting each other.
Okay. So it's not necessarily the role that they have in the company, it's the influence that they have within the company.
Oh yeah, I've seen some. In fact, I hired a lady some years ago. She's no longer with me. She moved on to a great position in a different company. Um, she had no background, no nothing within project management, but I hired her as a project manager while she was, I think, like 3 or 4 months pregnant. But I saw something in her.
Yeah.
And she took one of our projects, went in there and started to get people to collaborate, communicate, and speak together, and all that stuff. And she was what I would consider at the time a junior program manager or project manager, but she had it. She really had it. Same
Yeah.
vein I've seen in one of our clients, they have a business transformation director who reports into the VP, who then reports into the president, and so forth. And he is phenomenal at that work. So it's not necessarily about, oh, it's got to be a C-suite person or anything like that.
Yeah.
You got to look for the person with the right skill set.
Okay. You're the maybe I'm not speaking to enough people, but you're the first person that actually says this. Most often the discussion is, should it be the CIO? Should it be the CFO? Um, I like this. There's a lot in this answer that it's not that black and white, is what I'm
Right.
trying to say.
But there's one thing though, is that if you choose somebody who's not a CIO or CFO or whatever, then it's got to be clear to everybody that let's say that the CFO points out a person or the CIO points out a person that's a little bit low on the ranks. It's got to be crystal clear to everybody on the project that that I have that person's back, and whatever that person says, you got to consider it as if it came from me.
Yeah.
That authority has to be there. Otherwise, they're going to look at it as if it was that junior person and say, "Oh, you don't really have the clout." So that's got to be crystal clear if you choose somebody that's not in the C-suite.